Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is Chris Sanderson with Team Sanderson, and I'm affiliated with Northeastern Group Realty. And this video is just to quick explain how we help home sellers, or how we work with home sellers. So, and the reason I made this video is because a lot of people don't, they want to know what you do to help sell the house, but just in case they don't like you when they meet you, they don't want you to have you out to the house, go through everything, and then have to say, we've decided to go with X person instead of you. It's pretty confrontational. So I understand that. So I want to make this video and tell you how I work with people. And after watching the video, if you feel like we'd be a good fit and you want to talk more, or you're just ready to get started, then by all means reach out and let me know. My number's 414-3511. And if you say this guy's not for me, no harm done. I wish you the very best in getting your home sold. So really, when you hire a realtor, whether it's me or somebody else, there's 4 main questions that you need to ask. So the first question is, it's all about trust, right? Trust and marketing. Those are the 2 things. So the first question is, who am I going to trust to price my home properly, to price it properly? Because if you price too high in this market, even if the house is on the market 30 days, people begin to ask what's wrong with the house. So, we can't have that. So if you price too low, obviously you leave money on the table. So there's a sweet spot there that it's critical right now in 2017 that we hit that sweet spot. If we do, we'll get you the most money in the shortest amount of time with the least hassle to you. And that's always my goal. So my listings, just so you know, sold for 99% of the asking price in 2016. The market average is about 94.5. And my time on the market was 11 days, and the average realtor's time on the market was about 47 days, which is still extremely quick. But would you rather sell in 11 days or 47 days? Would you rather get 99% of your asking price or 94%? So those are questions, that have to do with pricing. Okay, so that's number one. The second thing is, who am I going to trust to market my home? Obviously, as a real estate professional, our main occupation should be to market your home. Now, I work strictly by referral, so all my time is spent with the clients that I have. I don't spend any time door knocking, open housing, doing all the things that people do to get clients. I just work with people that are referred to me or who want to work with me. Hopefully you, after watching this video. So anyway, marketing the home, there's some really important aspects. You got to be able to market it online, because the first showing is always online now. It is never in person. People always look on Zillow or Realtor.com or with their realtor to see your house first before they come out and get in the car and go see your house. So therefore, professional photography, I go ahead and pay for that. I actually know how to take professional photographs, and I have a sweet camera, but you know what? I still hire a professional because it's critical that your house looks incredible online. Not just good, incredible online. So that's why we hire a professional photographer. Stager. I also believe highly in staging. Not that you need to, completely redo the house, but somebody who is talented and gifted at that can come out, make a few suggestions that could shorten our time on the market and get you more money in your pocket. So what I found is, if I pay for that up front, people don't always take the advice of the stager. So it costs about $200 for an hour-and-a-half appointment with a stager that I recommend. So if you'll pay for that up front and you'll follow the advice, then I will pay you back when we sell the house. I'll reimburse you for that staging. So that's another thing I believe so strongly in, that I'm willing to take money out of my own compensation to help you and do that. So that's the second thing. The third thing is a virtual tour. You've probably seen online these fakey virtual tours, which is just some nice music with pictures of the house. Well, that's not a virtual tour. That's what realtors call a virtual tour. But what I do is actually walk through and narrate a video pointing out what I believe would be the hot points for your home to the buyer. So that's way, way different, obviously, than just a slideshow. And now, next up is, who's going to see this stuff? So obviously, all this is going in the MLS, but the eyeballs, the people looking for houses, are 2 places. They're on Zillow, and more than that, they're on Facebook. So I'm going to put the house on Facebook, which of course everybody does that, but I'm going to pay Facebook to put your house in front of 5,000 to 10,000 people in your local market so that they can share that with their friends. And usually I try to do that within the first 48 hours of the house being for sale, because my goal is to generate a lot of activity, a lot of buzz, and get you the highest possible offer. Usually we do that by getting 2 different buyers involved in wanting the house, okay? So that's what we do on Facebook. The virtual tour, if the pictures don't sell it in the first 48 hours, the next 48 hours I pay Facebook to put that in front of another 5,000 to 10,000 people via my virtual tour, okay? So that is about 10 to 20,000 people who will have seen your house in Facebook, online, and on Zillow within the first 4 days of it being for sale. And like I said, my average time on the market is under 11 days. So it works. I'm super confident that it works. Now the other thing is, that's how we sell it online, but how do we sell it in person? I don't know if you ever thought about that, but when a buyer comes to your house, unless it happens to be my buyer, if it's one of the other 1,200 realtors buyers and they go to your house, you're not there to tell them about it, and I'm not there to tell them about it. So what I do is I put up little tent cards, and I'll show you a picture in a minute, but I put up the tent cards inside the house that point out the things that aren't obvious, like soft close cabinets. You got a micro office in the hallway, and if they don't open the closet doors, they don't see that. If you have flooring in your attic, you have a extra wide pull down stairs. All these things that might get missed if you're not there to tell the buyer or I'm not there to tell the buyer. We want to make sure to point those out. So, the buyer, that may be their hot button. We don't know. They may have a beer can collection and they need a huge attic that's floored to hold the beer can collection. We don't know. So we have to point out the hot buttons while we're not there. Let me look at my list. The signage, excuse me. Again, outside the house. If people drive by, most realtors, in fact, all realtors that I know of except me, kind of proud of this, they just have their sign in the yard, and that's advertising them and letting people know the house is available. But what I do, let me show you. This is a sign that we put out by the for sale sign, and we try to think up what is the selling point of this house that wouldn't be obvious from the street. So I make these signs to point out the hot buttons. This one was just a ranch that looked normal from the outside, but look how gorgeous it is inside. The kitchen. Sorry, these are hard to move around, but this one had a crazy daylight finished basement with a theater room. Well, you wouldn't have known that driving by. So I take advantage of that drive-by time to market your property. Here's one. This house was way up on a hill, $500,000 house, way up on a hill, and it had a steep driveway. So I knew, from working with buyers, that's going to scare off 80% of the people. So we made this sign, heated driveway. We put it out by the for sale sign. So we're trying to foresee what the objections would be and handle the objections before the people decide in their mind that they don't want the house. So that's another thing we do. So far you got, who am I going to trust to price the house properly? Second, who am I going to trust to market the home to the maximum amount of buyers possible? And if there's something I haven't thought of, I'm willing to give it a try, because I think my marketing plan is, I put it up against any other realtor in town. The third thing then is, who do I trust to help negotiate the highest price? When an offer comes in, if your realtor's hungry, if they're not doing well, they may be tempted to try to push you to take that offer instead of maximizing the revenue that you can get from the sale of your home. So again, I've sold in 2016, last year, for the full year, my listing sold at 99% of what we were asking. So I hold out, and I'm gonna battle. I'm gonna be like a pit bull with your dollars. I mean, every penny's a prisoner. That's what they say. So I'm gonna help you get the most out of it, and I have a good sense of, like Kenny Rogers said, when to fold them and when to hold them. So at a certain point, you do need to accept an offer, but we want to see how we can get the most money out of it. Okay, so that's the negotiating piece. Finally, number 4 is, who am I going to trust to handle the transactional details? Like, every transaction has over 50 signatures that have to take place on forms. There's title insurance, there's appraisals, inspections, closing affidavit, deeds. There's all kinds of stuff that has to happen. I have a checklist on the computer I use a program called Top Producer. I have to pay to be a member of that. But when I put your house up for sale and I say today's the start date, I have 80 some items that come up. So when I turn on my computer in a week, it tells me what needs to happen on that day to ensure that your closing is not just on paper, but we actually get to the closing table and you actually get your check. So I've had only one transaction fall through in the last 2016. I had one fall through, and that was on the buyer's financing. So there's nothing that I could have done on that one. So there's some things for you to consider. I'd love to come meet with you. I'd love for you to show me your house, show me what you love about it, what you think a buyer would love about it. We'll find out based on the sales in the neighborhood what a realistic asking price is so that we can get you moved quickly and for the top dollar for your house, okay? So if this sounds like a good plan to you and you think that maybe we would work well together, then I'm inviting you to reach out to me. I don't even know who's watching this video, so I can't reach out to you, but I love to work with nice people, okay? Professional people, nice people. I don't like to work with overly demanding, jerks. So if that's you, don't call. But if you're a good person, you really do want to move and you need some professional, friendly help, then I'd love to be your guy, okay? My name's Chris Sanderson. You can reach me at Northeastern Group Realty, and our number is 414-3511. 414-3511. If you prefer to send an email, that's fine too, or a text. The email's like Mr., and then my full name, Chris Sanderson, @gmail.com. All right, look forward to hearing you soon, and if we work together, great. If we don't, I wish you the very best in selling your house. You got a great time to do it. The market in Fort Wayne is absolutely on fire. So we'll talk to you soon, and make it a great day. Bye-bye.